Hi everyone! We traveled around the magnificent Mexico for 2 weeks. We dived into the beautiful nature of both the Caribbean and the Pacific coast. We also experienced an authentic and ancient culture that is mixed with modern life. And in the country where street food is king, we tasted new and spicy flavors, sometimes trying unusual dishes. Our first stop was in the capital, Mexico City, where superheroes fight. We landed very early in the morning, so we straight headed to town before the jet lag kicks in. We experienced the morning vibe and some of the delicious Mexican food.
I got a sort of a Mexican schnitzel full of nice stuff inside.
I get something that I don't know what is it. Good.
On our excursion, we left the city by public transportation to ancient Mexico.
Where are we, Balint?
I forgot the name.
They decided to establish the civilization here, and eventually this place with the time used to be a trading place between different civilizations, not just around Mexico, around the continent, okay? The acoustic here is really good. Listen. It's real, it's very real. You're going to have an idea how they painted murals, okay? When the egg is absorbing the juice inside of the leaf, that produces a chemical reaction and we can get carminic acid, okay? Put your hands please, I need some volunteers for sacrifice. Compare it. You see it's different?
Yeah.
This is because we don't have the same pH.
This place was touristy, but I totally enjoyed learning about the ancient cultures and all the mysteries of the place still here. Then we headed back to the city.
So the metro is 5 pesos and we have a police escort.
The police saw us, we are foreign tourists, so they escorted us on the metro, which reminded us we need to watch out in this city. At this moment we were starving, so we headed to the Mercado de San Juan, which was close to the central. The vibrant market offered some specialties to try.
You want to try it?
Yes.
Yes? Let's go, Balint. Chips with ants.
Good.
Here is the real deal.
Chapulina, chicatanas.
Tipo, yeah,
Like this?
Chapulin.
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 Now an ant egg.
This one.
Go, go.
Delicious.
Are you right? It's like
Coffee.
coffee. You are right. Right.
Cacao.
Yes.
Woohoo! It is. Fuck. Holy shit, everyone.
But it's so good. It is
Oh my
so
god!
I believe you.
Getting ready.
One shot. One.
Yay.
And this is the mezcal.
Es mezcal.
Let's go.
Oh fuck! It's okay.
Yes,
I don't know what to say.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's good.
It's like skin.
It's like
It's like pork skin. That's true.
Yes.
Hay que llegar.
Speak. Wow.
Drinks and the jet lag kicked in, so we decided to go home and save ourselves for the next day. We rented an Airbnb between La Condesa and Roma. Today we are going to explore the area on foot, and we also have a challenge: eat as many tacos as possible in a day. Walking around here was amazing. It was safe, clean, and very authentic vibe with a lot of green scenery.
Some nice coconut water from Mexico.
You wanna buy some bones?
Look how much popcorn.
This is so cool! Piñatas! Sharks!
It was recommended not to eat tacos from the street. Well, we didn't listen, and we had our first taco straight from the street, the cheapest one, and very delicious. We got into appetite, so we headed to one of the most famous fish taco places.
Muchas gracias. Yes.
This is the best so far we've tried. Sorry.
Are you having food sex?
It's so good.
And not everything is about tacos. The city is very vibrant, something is always happening, and you can find very cool places.
So, what is this date?
It's the intellectual date.
Took you to a bookstore.
It was almost lunchtime, so we had to get moving to get back to another taco place. In Europe, taco is served differently. It's more fancy with a lot of ingredients. Here it's very simple, more served like a kebab. Actually, I learned the history and it's originated from the Middle East.
What is the most important in taco?
Lime.
Salsa. At home we agreed with Kika that we are going to organize a surprise excursion in the trip. Tonight was mine.
Do you want mezcal now?
Yes. Bring it on.
We're gonna end up on YouTube, yeah?
Yes.
And what is this?
This is also, so this is a soft taco, and this is
Fried or?
fried taco.
Para bailar la bamba se necesita una poca de gracia y otra cosita y arriba, ahí arriba.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Put on your mask. Get in.
Kika was spot on. I always wanted to see Lucha Libre and it was such a special experience to see in the old stadium. We were definitely hyped for the rest of the night. We went to a few different clubs in Mexico City and the nightlife is a lot of fun. But you have to watch out, like in every big city, for your pocket. Luckily, the only thing that has been stolen is Kika's Lucha Libre mask.
Welcome to Contramare. This is the ceviche specialty of the chef.
Before we ate more tacos, we wanted to try something else in Contramare. This place was amazing, one of my favorite in the world. Next, we headed to the Freedom Museum. This museum was very cool. It was in the house where she actually used to live with her husband. You could see different art pieces from her, but also learn a lot about her life. It was very interesting. The garden was also beautiful. It reminded me of the Yves Saint Laurent house in Marrakesh. On the way back to the city, we had to stop for another taco. This place used to be a car repair shop, but turned into a taco place. Very cool. The last site that we didn't see was the famous Mexican church. So headed back to Centro to enjoy the vibe during the day.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers.
Nice view!
The next morning we flew to Puerto Escondido, a perfect tropical surf paradise on the Pacific coast of Oaxaca state. It's an authentic place with less tourists than Yucatan, mostly surfers or Mexican people. We will show all kind of activities we have done here, releasing baby turtles, road trip to beautiful beaches, and trying authentic Oaxacan food and the nightlife. We took a short flight from Mexico City. When we arrived, it was a huge difference from the hustle of the capital. The instant humidity and the heat turned us into beach mode. You find only a few hotels here. It's mostly guest houses and surf hostels, which perfectly fits the vibe. We booked our accommodation close to the famous Zicatela surf beach. It was a zen paradise, perfect spot to start our trips. In the afternoon, we went to my surprise activity, which was the turtle release. I almost managed to screw it up at the beginning because I went to the wrong beach. There is 2 turtle locations, but only one of them is doing daily releases at Playa Bococho. Luckily, we still made it in time for the release. The volunteers were very nice and passionate about conserving the environment and protecting these endangered animals. Actual release was one of the most emotional experiences in my life. Are you ready, Kika?
I'm ready.
You feel like you just had enough.
Let's go, buddy. To the ocean.
That's so cute!
It was special to watch the start of a new life. Even though I knew the probability of survival is low, I feel these guys made it.
Thank you, babe, for the surprise. Oh, these are the people who saved us! We had no caps, we came from the turtles, and now we are saved. Thank you!
We were dropped in the city center right
And
at
it's
the beginning
raining.
of
Tacos, you wanna check that? Or do you check this one?
We had no time to think, we ran into the closest restaurant. The rain went crazy and flooded the streets, cutting the electricity in the restaurant. And we fully enjoyed it. We had some candles and mezcal in a good company.
Hola! Buenas noches!
When the rain stopped, we went to some cool bars at the Zicatela beach. And we asked for surf advice next to a fish taco.
The point or carrizalillo, it's softer waves, even if it's big.
We had an amazing breakfast with a direct view to the famous Zicatela waves. The vibe here was great, but seeing the broken boards, we decided we will keep surfing for a later time, and we just enjoyed staying at the beach. Next, we went on foot to discover the area.
So, are you getting a haircut?
Not now.
Haircut! Show us. It's a bit Mexican style, but
Something different than taco, finally.
El Cafecito. This is El Cafecito in Zicatela. Oh, there's the name. It's pretty known. There's always a line.
Learning from the turtle release, we need a car. It was pretty easy to rent something by the Zicatela beach, and you could pretty much negotiate the price.
How is it?
Very good.
As the name suggests, La Punta is a point break. It's not big, perfect for beginners, but you definitely need to fight the locals for a good spot. The sunset was just amazing, and we said goodnight with a taco. Next morning, we started at Playa Carrizalillo. It's a beautiful beach for surfing that is less crowded with very easy waves.
Kika is stealing surfboards.
We really like this beach. We even saw turtles while riding the waves, but it got very crowded by 11 AM, so it's worth the early wake up. We also recommend to rent boards at the beach because it's quite a walk to the top.
Coco frío. Coco frío. Gracias.
Thanks with coconuts, we went for a road trip. Our first stop was a secluded beach on the way to Mazuntan. We thought we have the beach only to ourselves, but we met some locals as well. After chilling and taking a nap at the beach, we had to leave running because a storm hit us.
Cabrón!
Mazunte is a chilled town with beautiful beaches and delicious food. They also have great hikes around that we have to skip due to the rain. We went to Puerto Escondido to discover the nightlife. The salsa night was pretty fun. After the night, of course, we started lazy the next day, and we had 2 breakfasts to make sure we have enough grease. The last thing we wanted to do is visiting Playa Coral. It's a beautiful beach that you can enter directly if you pay, or you can climb through rocks for free. Quite a fight to get to Playa Coral. Where are we now? We made it. Because of the adventure to Playa Coral, we almost missed our flight. We had to change our wet clothes while boarding to the plane. And we made it to our favorite part in Mexico, the Yucatan Peninsula. The Yucatan Peninsula is the most visited part of Mexico, and for a good reason. Turquoise Caribbean is rich in marine life. At the coast, you can find beautiful resorts with crazy beach parties, and the tropical forest hides thousands of cenotes, underground caves holding crystal clear waters. You can also find the remains of the Mayan civilization, as well as colonial Mexican towns. Join the trip and see what we did instead of Chichen Itza. After landing to Cancun, it was easy to rent a car, and the 2 hours ride to Tulum was safe at night. Only the police stopped us. They say Tulum beach is expensive, but we could find an affordable and awesome hotel at a good location. We woke up rested to discover the area.
Ready?
No.
This is the couch.
First one that we have in Mexico. It was perfect refreshment in the morning heat before the crowd arrived. It was easy to get here, good facilities and close to other cenotes, so we started cenote hopping.
Kika, what's the name of the cenote?
It's
Tell me.
Gran Cenote.
Grand cenote.
And there was an iguana right there.
Very athletic entree.
No, it's not that easy to be honest. Frio! Let's go! Look, one is coming. One is coming. This is the best.
After we headed to the Tulum coast for a boat trip that was recommended by some friends.
My little shrimp.
Our first stop was the Maya ruins. The boat trip was the best way to watch them after opening hours and without the crowds.
Look! Awesome!
Snorkeling was a real blast. I have never seen so many rays and turtles at one spot.
Welcome to Tulum.
The fanciest beaches of Tulum has no public access and our hotel had no private beach. So we played the game of confidence. We went through a random hotel's lobby directly to the beach. Nobody stopped us. Before hitting a club, we went for drinks. The cocktails and the atmosphere was great, but with Swiss prices. What what we were surprised about that it was not very crowded. Maybe we were at the wrong time.
Hola, amigo.
Hola, hola. Bienvenidos a Coba.
Welcome.
So we came to visit the Coba ruins because this is more jungle-like, less touristy, and more shady. There are tarantulas, so we decided to skip Chichen Itza and focus on more this side. I think it fits us more.
Torre de seguridad.
And it was a
Watchtower.
CQ. Yeah, that's so cool. You have something to say to me?
Hutch in cottage.
Me gustas.
Sí.
Hatch, Uts, Inwikech, Kichpanch, Chupal.
Oh, that's complicated.
Hatch, Uts,
Hutch, Uts,
Inwikech,
Invikech,
Kichpan,
Kishpan,
Chupal.
Kupal.
Te quiero.
Muchacha
Sí.
bonita.
Ah. La Gran Pirámide. 40 meters high, 120 stairs, built in 7 different timings.
Yes.
And we walk through. It's gonna be the church after. It's tall. The church.
We loved Coba, and our guide helped us to envision how Mayan life looked like here by cycling through the ancient routes. Of course, there was an underground cenote next to Coba as well.
Choha, Cenote. Portuguese and Hungarian. You?
I'm German.
German.
You look German.
Woohoo!
After, we stopped at the colonial town of Valladolid.
Yes, paraíso.
The town was very cute, full of very colorful houses with authentic Mexican vibe. The food here was more influenced by the Caribbean. We went to the last cenote close to Valladolid. This was our absolute favorite.
Come, babe.
Puta! Okay, and then.
This cenote looked very cool, and it also had some crazy fish eating off your skin, which was a bizarre and a pleasure feeling at the same time. As we arrived too close to closing, we also had the cenote just for ourselves. Then we had a 160 km/h drive to Cancun to take our ferry to our next destination, Isla Mujeres. There are a few islands to visit around the Yucatan Peninsula, and we chose Isla Mujeres because it's the best location to see whale sharks and generally for diving. Despite close proximity to Cancun, it's a different vibe. It's a Caribbean island with a Mexican touch. And it's not only a destination for tourists, but also for hatching turtles. The island is only a quick ferry ride away, so it's not short of all-inclusive resorts. But you can find cool Airbnbs in the center as well. We booked an awesome and affordable one with a rooftop pool facing the Caribbean. The whale shark tour started early before the island woke up. It's never guaranteed you find the animals in the open sea, but after 30 minutes ride, we saw many boats, which was a good sign.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Ay, dio vuelta, okay, jump.
It was very special to swim with these gentle giants. I would love to do it again. And when they start to move, there is no human that can keep up with them. We returned very happy to Playa El Coral.
Go for the last shark dive. Let's check it out. It's a big whale shark.
The beaches are much nicer here than in Tulum. There is no seaweed and the water is crystal clear.
Dance, dance.
It was weekend, so both public and resort beaches were packed. The heat was strong, some people even ended up in the hospital. You had two choices to survive, find shade or go for drinks. We drank a lot. We ended up in the famous Jurassic Park and the rock concert. But none of them was the most interesting thing we saw that night. A determined guy was pressing aluminum cans with his car. The technique worked, but makes you think. At night, we were just chilling at the beach and we saw some movement from the sea. Many turtles were coming to lay their eggs. Previously, we released baby turtles in Puerto Escondido, and it was amazing to see now how it starts. As they say in Lion King, the circle of life. The next day we went to dive with an amazing crew. It was our first drift dive that took some time to adjust to. We met crazy amount of fish. And we even saw a baby shark between the beautiful corals. Diving definitely helped, but we needed a big lunch to kill the hangover.
The last dish, calamares.
After, we got lost in the tiny streets of the town. I really enjoyed the vibe. Everyone was so friendly, and despite a lot of tourists, it still had an authentic vibe. After tough negotiations with a local kid, we ended up at Playa Norte. If you like sunsets, it's the place to be. The next morning, we just played at the beach and took the ferry back.
Bye-bye.
What a trip! Mexico is so diverse with a lot of authenticity. And if you like the video, check out our other trips and subscribe for the upcoming ones. We will have some cool stories. Thank you for watching this one.